Life is too short to waste in a place where you are not respected, valued, or loved. Too many people stay in toxic relationships thinking that if they just try harder, things will change. But the truth is, if someone does not see your worth today, they may never see it. Success in life is not just about money or career. It is about happiness, about peace of mind. If you are in a relationship that drains your energy, makes you feel small, and takes away your confidence, then you are losing the most valuable thing you have, your time. And time, once gone, never comes back. I have met people who were afraid to leave a bad situation because they thought they would be alone. But being alone is not the worst thing. Being with the wrong person who makes you feel alone is. When you let go of what hurts you, you create space for what will help you. You deserve a relationship where you are encouraged, supported, and respected. You deserve to be with someone who sees your potential, not someone who tries to control or belittle you. No business, no success, no achievement is worth anything if your personal life is filled with pain. If you stay in a toxic relationship, you are not proving your love, you are proving your fear. Fear of being alone, fear of starting over, fear of the unknown. But life rewards those who have the courage to walk away from what is wrong and move toward what is right. You have one life. Do not waste it on someone who does not appreciate you. Make the decision that will set you free. Your time and happiness are too valuable to waste in a toxic relationship. Being alone is better than being with someone who makes you feel alone. Walking away from toxicity is not weakness. It is courage and self-respect. Time is the most valuable asset we have. It is the one thing we can never get back, no matter how much money, power, or success we achieve. Yet many people willingly give away their time and happiness by staying in toxic relationships. They convince themselves that things will change, that the other person will become better, that love means enduring pain. But in reality, staying in a harmful situation is not an act of love. It is an act of self-betrayal. A toxic relationship is like a slow poison. It does not destroy you all at once, but over time it wears you down. It steals your confidence, makes you doubt yourself, and fills your mind with negativity. You start to question your worth, wondering if you are not good enough, if you are the problem, if maybe you deserve the way you are being treated. But the truth is, no one deserves to be in a relationship where they are not respected, valued, and appreciated. Think about the time you have spent trying to fix something that is already broken beyond repair. The arguments, the sleepless nights, the stress, and the emotional exhaustion. What has it truly given you? Has it made you happier? Has it made you feel loved? Or has it only drained you, making you feel trapped in a cycle of disappointment? Life is short, and every moment you waste in a toxic relationship is a moment you could have spent building a better life, a healthier mind, and a happier heart. Some people stay because they are afraid of the unknown. They fear being alone, starting over, or not finding someone else. But what they fail to see is that being in a toxic relationship is far worse than being alone. When you are alone, you have the power to heal, to grow, and to rediscover yourself. But when you are with someone who constantly brings negativity into your life, you lose that opportunity. Instead of focusing on your dreams and goals, you spend your time trying to survive in an environment that is breaking you. Imagine a person who is trying to run a race while carrying a heavy backpack full of stones. No matter how hard they try to move forward, the weight keeps pulling them back. This is exactly what a toxic relationship does. It holds you back from reaching your full potential. You may have big dreams, ambitions, and talents, but as long as you are stuck in a negative relationship, you will never be able to fully use them. The energy that could have gone into building your future is instead wasted on arguments, stress, and emotional pain. Many successful people will tell you that one of the most important decisions in life is choosing the right partner. The person you are with should bring out the best in you, not the worst. They should inspire you, support you, and push you to become better. But if they constantly criticize you, belittle you, or make you feel like you are not enough, then they are holding you back from becoming the person you are meant to be. It is easy to say, "I will leave when the time is right." But the reality is, there is never a perfect time. There will always be excuses, reasons to stay, hopes that things will change. But the longer you wait, the more time you lose. And time is not something you can buy back. Some people believe that they must endure toxic relationships for the sake of love, family, or even society's expectations. They think that leaving makes them selfish. But the real question is it selfish to protect your happiness? Is it selfish to want a life where you are respected and valued? If staying means losing yourself, then leaving is not selfish. It is necessary. No one else will protect your happiness for you. If you do not take a stand for yourself, no one else will. People who take advantage of you will continue to do so as long as you allow it. The moment you decide that your happiness matters, you take back control of your life. You free yourself from the burden of trying to please someone who does not appreciate you. You make room for better things, better people, and better opportunities. A toxic relationship can affect every part of your life. It can impact your health, your work, your friendships, and even your ability to enjoy the things you once loved. It creates stress, anxiety, and even physical illness. When you are constantly unhappy, your body and mind suffer. You lose motivation, your performance at work declines, and your relationships with friends and family become strained. You might not even realize how much damage it is causing until you finally walk away and feel the difference. The people you surround yourself with have a huge influence on your mindset and emotions. If you spend your time with someone who is constantly negative, you will start to absorb that negativity. If they always criticize you, you will begin to criticize yourself. But if you are around people who encourage and uplift you, your mindset will shift towards positivity, confidence, and growth. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is that they can change someone. They believe that if they love hard enough, if they are patient enough, if they sacrifice enough, the other person will become better. But the truth is, people only change when they want to. You cannot fix someone who refuses to see their mistakes. You cannot heal someone who does not want to be healed. And you should not have to destroy yourself trying to save someone who does not care about saving the relationship. There are millions of people in this world. People who will appreciate you, respect you, and love you for who you are. But you will never meet them if you are too busy holding on to the wrong person. You must be willing to let go of what is hurting you to make space for what will help you. Leaving a toxic relationship does not mean you have failed. It means you have chosen yourself. It means you have decided that your happiness, your peace, and your future are more important than holding on to something that is only causing you pain. Your time and happiness are precious. Do not waste them on someone who does not see your value. Loneliness is often misunderstood. Many people believe that being alone means being unhappy, but that is not true. There is a difference between being alone and feeling alone. Some people are surrounded by others, yet they feel completely isolated. Others may be by themselves, but feel at peace and fulfilled. The difference is in the quality of the relationships they have. Being in a toxic relationship does not mean you have companionship. It means you have an emotional burden that weighs on you every single day. When you are with someone who does not respect you, who does not support you, and who makes you feel insignificant, you start to lose yourself. You begin to doubt your own worth and question whether you are even deserving of love and happiness. This kind of loneliness is far more painful than actually being alone. Many people stay in toxic relationships because they are afraid of being alone. They think that if they leave, they will have no one, and that thought terrifies them. They imagine a future where they are sitting alone, without love, without companionship, without anyone to care for them. But what they fail to realize is that staying in the wrong relationship already makes them feel exactly that way. The only difference is that instead of finding peace in solitude, they suffer in silence while pretending everything is fine. When you are with someone who makes you feel alone, it is a sign that something is deeply wrong. A relationship should bring joy, comfort, and security. It should be a partnership where both people feel valued and supported. But if you constantly feel unheard, unappreciated, or neglected, then what are you holding on to? Love is not supposed to make you feel invisible. A toxic relationship drains your energy and leaves you feeling empty. You might try to convince yourself that things will get better, that if you just try harder, love them more, or stay patient, they will change. But the truth is, love should not require you to suffer. If someone truly cares about you, they will not make you feel like you are alone in the relationship. They will show up for you, listen to you, and make you feel important. There are people who spend years of their lives waiting for things to improve. They keep hoping that one day their partner will finally understand their pain, start treating them better, and love them the way they deserve. But more often than not, that day never comes. Instead, they wake up one day and realize they have wasted precious years in a relationship that never truly fulfilled them. And the saddest part is, they could have spent all that time creating a better life for themselves. Being alone is an opportunity, not a curse. It is a chance to reconnect with yourself, to understand what you truly want, and to build a life that makes you happy. It is a time for healing, for self-discovery, and for growth. When you step away from toxicity, you open yourself up to new possibilities, new friendships, new experiences, and even new love that is healthy and fulfilling. Many successful people have spent periods of their lives alone, using that time to grow and focus on their dreams. They did not allow the fear of being alone to keep them in situations that were damaging to their self-worth. Instead, they used solitude as a tool to build a strong foundation for a better future. If they had stayed in unhealthy relationships, they would not have had the time or energy to invest in their own success. The people you surround yourself with have a massive impact on your life. If you are with someone who constantly criticizes you, belittles you, or makes you feel unworthy, that negativity will affect every part of your life. It will lower your confidence, cloud your mind, and make you believe that you are not capable of achieving great things. But when you remove that negativity, you create space for positivity. You start to believe in yourself again, and you begin to attract people who uplift and encourage you. Some people fear that leaving a toxic relationship means they will never find love again. But love is not about settling for the first person who gives you attention. It is about finding someone who truly values you. And you cannot do that if you are too afraid to let go of what is hurting you. When you hold on to something unhealthy, you block yourself from finding something better. It is better to walk alone on the right path than to be lost with the wrong person. A bad relationship can take away your joy, your motivation, and even your sense of identity. You start to change who you are just to please the other person. You suppress your feelings, sacrifice your happiness, and tolerate things you never should have accepted. But the moment you choose to walk away, you take back your power. You remind yourself that you are strong enough to stand on your own and that you deserve better than feeling lonely in a relationship that should have been a source of love. People who truly love you will never make you feel alone. They will make an effort to understand you, to be there for you, and to support you in your journey. They will not ignore your pain, dismiss your feelings, or make you feel like you are asking for too much. The right person will not require you to beg for the love and attention you deserve. You do not need to fear being alone. What you should fear is wasting your life in a relationship that takes away your happiness. It is far better to be alone and at peace than to be with someone who makes you feel empty. When you choose yourself, you are not losing anything. You are gaining freedom, self-respect, and a chance to build the life you truly deserve. Walking away from a toxic relationship is one of the hardest decisions a person can make. Many people believe that staying and enduring the pain shows strength, but true strength is knowing when to let go. It takes real courage to walk away from something that is familiar, even if it is hurting you. It takes even more courage to choose yourself when you have spent so much time trying to make things work with someone who does not appreciate your efforts. Many people stay in toxic relationships because they fear being seen as weak. They worry about what others will think, about how their family, friends, or even society will judge them for leaving. But strength is not about suffering in silence. It is about knowing your worth and refusing to accept less than you deserve. Staying in a relationship that constantly drains your happiness does not make you strong. It makes you a prisoner of your own fears. Toxic relationships often operate in cycles. There are moments of happiness that give you hope, followed by periods of pain and disappointment. Every time things get bad, you tell yourself that if you just try a little harder, love a little more, or stay a little longer, things will improve. But they never do. And the longer you stay, the more difficult it becomes to leave. You get used to the pain. You convince yourself that this is just how relationships are. But deep down, you know that love is not supposed to feel like this. Walking away does not mean you are giving up. It means you are choosing to protect your peace, your happiness, and your future. Some people will try to make you feel guilty for leaving. They will say you are being selfish, that you did not try hard enough, that you should have stayed and fought for the relationship. But what they do not understand is that you already fought. You fought for a long time. And in the end, you realize that the only way to truly win is to walk away. It is not easy to leave something you once believed in. The memories, the time invested, and the hopes you had for the future can make it painful to let go. You may question your decision, wondering if you made a mistake. But one day you will look back and realize that walking away was the best thing you could have done for yourself. You will see how much lighter, freer, and happier you feel without the constant stress and emotional exhaustion. Fear is one of the biggest reasons people stay in toxic relationships. Fear of being alone, fear of starting over, fear of not finding love again. But fear should never be the reason you settle for less than you deserve. The truth is, starting over is not as scary as spending the rest of your life unhappy. Being alone is not as painful as being with someone who makes you feel unloved. And letting go of the wrong person is the only way to make room for the right one. When you walk away, you are making a statement about your self-worth. You are saying, I deserve better. And you do. No one should have to beg for love, respect, or kindness. No one should have to tolerate constant negativity, manipulation, or emotional pain. You are not leaving because you are weak. You are leaving because you finally understand your value. People who truly love you will never make you feel like you have to choose between them and your happiness. They will not force you to sacrifice your peace of mind just to keep the relationship alive. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, trust, and support. If those things are missing, then staying together is not an act of love, it is an act of fear. Many people stay because they believe they are too invested to leave. They think about all the years they have spent with the person, all the sacrifices they have made, all the memories they have shared. But time spent in a toxic relationship is not an investment. It is a lesson, and the lesson is that you should never stay in a place where you are not valued. Just because you have given a lot of time to something does not mean you have to continue giving more. The longer you stay, the more time you lose, and time is something you can never get back. Some people also stay because they hope the other person will change. They believe that if they just love them enough, if they are patient enough, if they endure enough, then one day things will be different. But the reality is, people do not change unless they want to. You cannot force someone to treat you better. You cannot make someone love you the way you deserve to be loved. The only thing you can control is your own choices. And choosing to walk away from a situation that no longer serves you is one of the most powerful choices you can make. It is natural to feel afraid when you are about to make a big change. The unknown can be intimidating, but everything you want in life, happiness, peace, love, success, exists outside of your comfort zone. If you stay in a toxic relationship just because it is familiar, you will never discover the life you could have had. The best things in life come to those who are brave enough to walk away from what is wrong in order to make space for what is right. Healing takes time. When you walk away, you may feel lost at first. You may miss the person even though they hurt you. You may wonder if you made the right decision. But healing is a process, and with each passing day, you will grow stronger. You will start to rediscover yourself, to remember what makes you happy, to build a life that is free from negativity and pain. And one day, you will realize that leaving was not just the best decision, it was the only decision. The people who respect themselves, who believe in their worth, and who refuse to settle for less than they deserve, are the ones who create the best lives for themselves. They are the ones who build strong, happy relationships. They are the ones who find true love, true success, and true happiness. And it all starts with one decision. The decision to walk away from anything that does not align with their values. Choosing yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. Walking away from toxicity is not weakness, it is courage. And the moment you decide to prioritize your happiness, your life will change in ways you never imagined. Life is too precious to waste in situations that bring pain instead of joy. Every moment spent in a toxic relationship is a moment taken away from your happiness, your growth, and your peace of mind. It is easy to convince yourself that staying is the right choice, that enduring pain is a sign of love, that if you just hold on a little longer, things will improve. But the reality is, love should not feel like a constant battle. Love should not leave you feeling unworthy, unseen, or alone. Many people stay because they are afraid. Afraid of being alone, afraid of starting over, afraid of what the future holds. But fear is not a reason to settle for less than you deserve. The unknown may seem frightening, but staying in a relationship that diminishes you is far worse. When you choose to walk away, you are choosing freedom. You are choosing to take back control of your life, to no longer allow someone else's negativity to dictate your happiness. Walking away does not mean you are giving up. It means you are finally choosing yourself. It means you are recognizing your worth and refusing to accept a love that drains you instead of uplifting you. There is nothing noble about staying in a relationship that robs you of your joy. The strongest people are not the ones who endure suffering in silence. They are the ones who have the courage to leave and seek the happiness they truly deserve. People often wait for the perfect time to leave, but the truth is, there is no perfect time. There will always be excuses, always be reasons to stay just a little longer. But the longer you wait, the more time you lose. And time is something you can never get back. Every day you spend in a toxic relationship is a day you could have spent building a better future. A day you could have used to heal, to grow, to find peace. Choosing to walk away is not just about ending a relationship. It is about beginning a new chapter. A chapter where you no longer tolerate disrespect. Where you no longer shrink yourself to fit into someone else's world. Where you no longer settle for anything less than a love that is real, kind, and uplifting. It is a chance to rediscover who you are, to build a life that brings you joy, and to surround yourself with people who truly appreciate you. The journey may not be easy, but it will be worth it. There will be moments of doubt, moments where you miss what was familiar, moments where you wonder if you made the right choice. But as time passes, you will realize that the greatest decision you ever made was choosing yourself. You will look back and see how far you have come, how much lighter and freer you feel, and how much better your life has become without the weight of a toxic relationship holding you down. You are stronger than you think, and you deserve a life filled with happiness, respect, and love.